Anyway, I can't remain silent any longer. I do want to comment on the Gabby Petito and the brand laundry thing. As far as the trend the past 10 years is that all boyfriends, all husbands are all psychopathic, narcissist control freaks. Okay, now I have trouble when doing a video to think of everything I'm saying and try to keep it going because you can't pause the video. So I'm just going to read a comment I made on Dr. Todd Grande, best guy in the universe, this guy here. Okay, so I'm just going to read from this. I think part of the story is being ignored out of respect for Gabby. I want to address a couple things about him being an abusive, controlling, psychopathic monster. First of all, he did the honorable thing to spare the parents finding him. And so when they were closing in, he went out into the reserve to end it, which is good because he didn't want the parents, like if he did it in the house, you know, they're going to find him, or if he goes parks in a car and does it, you know, the parents are going to see the stuff. So he did the honorable thing after what he did. He, you know, killed himself out in the reserve, and that is where I think he is. He's not out of state. There's too many cameras and checkpoints. Okay, so I'm going to read. Don't try to read the screen because I know you can't see it. Gabby did not want to settle down or be married unless she could continue private relationships with others. Not a good recipe. At the very least, she was actively contacting the most beautiful girls in the world, in which the one girlfriend was allowed to come over. However, Gabby and girlfriend were actively dating and sleeping together and going out to bars by themselves during an engagement in which Brian was excluded. Beautiful girl in which he knew he would not last. He wouldn't have been able to keep her. No way. He just got lucky in their young years, you know, the age 18 to 25. He knew he would not last, especially with them going out partying at bars, not just an open friendship, in a so-called engagement. At what point, if the husband or fiance objects to certain things, does it make him a controlling monster? Marriage, when the ring is put on, that is an agreement, no more sharing. We are a couple. And so what that means is that, like your parents, older people, all marriages that ever took place, well, you know, that they raise the kids, well, that husband is a controlling monster freak in which he does not want the wife or girlfriend going out to bars doing God knows what. Okay, I view him, the brand guy, as a milquetoast, a pussy-whipped milquetoast, who did not do the right thing like a man and say, friends, yes, no problem, but you're not going out excluding me where I have no idea what you are doing. Sure, I did allow it, but I said, just remember, you can't go out where I don't know what you're at, where you're at. I could come walking in to confirm you're not sitting there with picking up guys, whatever. Okay. All the females say control freak. Her other relationships heavily based on females, those are the girlfriends that say, you can do better than that creep. You can do better than that creep. And that is what happens in young relationships, is exactly that. The fights were likely not based on him being abusive, but him wanting her to settle down. But she was essentially a 14-year-old girl in which, when it comes to crunch time, she had no such intention of doing so. During their life on the road, she would send him packing several times, and she stayed in motels by herself for long periods, all paid for by the parents. It was her van, so she sent him off several times. Now, during the trip up to the area that she was killed, Yellowstone was next. That's where the fight ensued. A great area, but he was shut out, and she demanded him get lost and camp for a while so she could go to Yellowstone, him excluded, after her girlfriend flies up to meet in the motel from Florida so she could hook up with girlfriend from Florida and go to Yellowstone. Yet she said, I am afraid he will abandon me. He was the one being abandoned like a pet poodle. He was pussy whipped. Yet he was always there for her after her flings. That is one thing in a relationship you don't do. You cut it off. You cut it off. You don't keep, well, she's so good looking, I'll keep flinging back and forth, and she does what she wants. It was always her attacking him. She had no marks on her. I view it as this. Brian had a beautiful girlfriend with the wolves always snapping at the door for her. The proper thing to do for a man is you are not going out running around. I won't put up with it no matter how good looking you are. And I've done it. The female then sees the male as a man, not pussy whipped. And then I put just who was a control freak narcissist in this case. Okay, now he did the right thing. He killed himself. He had no right to do what he did. I can't picture killing someone. Even in a tumultuous relationship, I can't visualize, I don't have it in my genetics to kill someone. Okay, so then I did a following comment. He said he did not approve of their relationship with a girlfriend going out drinking without him. Well, who in the hell wouldn't? I would have handled it different. Now, this is about me. This is my opinion. First of all, I would not have taken her license. I would have simply said, you are not going out running around on me. You are free to go. Go ahead, go on out, have a good time, but I will be gone when you get back and you're not going to come cozying back up. The problem was he was a gigolo. He had no place or infrastructure or job. Both were milking the parents. That's my opinion.